Well, it's time to say goodbye to our little 2 days here in this beautiful Airbnb in East Boulder. It's been magical here. I've said that loads of times, I know, but my God, it is. Anyway, we move on. We're on to Lymington now, and then up to Brockenhurst. Anyway, over and out from East Boulder. So about a 20-minute drive onwards, we end up in Lymington. I just took some stills, it's quite a busy town. And these are the little alleyways down to the marina and the harbour. Very busy area, huge marina, very bustling. Lots of fishing boats in and out. And you can hire boats out for the day, on a big charter and stuff, like group trips out. I managed to get my hair cut in town. It's a very rare clean shave for me. It amazes me how tiny my MG looks against regular cars today. It just looks so small. Right, we're on to the Coombe riding stables now. I think this was a retired racehorse getting special treatment. So he had a little spa and stuff, which was lovely. It kept cool because it was ferociously hot. I wasn't sure if we were actually going to be able to go out horse riding, but we did. There we go, up in the back of good old Jethro. He was a big old plodder, the size of his head. He was a great horse, not built for speed, but it was so hot, so I'm glad he just took it easy. But we had a great couple of hours, it really was. It was just lovely to go around the New Forest. Look at a different specimen, this horse, completely different gravy. This is a workhorse, good old Jethro. So then we go on, we leave from there and we arrive at the second Airbnb in the middle of Brockenhurst. Very different to the other one, different sort of thing. So it's a house. I think the owners live on the left-hand side and they've converted some of the house into rental rooms. But it had a courtyard garden. My God, I think they need to get a leaf blower in, because there's little rooms here which I was hoping to be in, but ended up in the top of the house, as you can see where I'm filming. There's little chalets there and underneath the house. But yeah, it does need some leaf cleaning up. It was quite messy actually. Room was good enough, it was fine, exactly what I needed. Just remember, this is in the centre of the town, so it was just over 100 quid for the night. No breakfast, just the room, nothing else. At the height of the season, it was all immaculate, I've got to say. Everything was immaculate, couldn't fault it. Very basic, but it had everything you needed. Bye-bye, hello. Yeah, so that was it. So I wasn't here very long actually. We were off quick on our next adventure. So I just went down to the ground floor and just got a bit more footage to show those leaves. That's been left too long in my opinion. Well, this will be tagged on to the end of day 3 and the start of day 4. We're in Brockenhurst. And I'll put a link in on today's Airbnb. Very different to the other one, obviously. This is in the centre of Brockenhurst, so it's all about the location with this one. And it's literally in the centre of the town, which I'm just going to flip you around now. I can see you. There you go. As we come out, you've got a couple of shops down that way and a Thai restaurant. Then just up here you've got the Snake Catcher where I had a late lunch yesterday. There's a train station, Brockenhurst. Let's move into the village. So there are about sort of 5 or 6 pubs. I know it's not about the pubs, but about 5 or 6 places you can drink in the town. A very busy Brockenhurst station. That gets chock-a-block when the traffic fills up big time. And there's this cycle shop that seems to the building seems to go back over 100 years. So there's quite a bit of history in the town, obviously. Like before these very expensive mountain bikes were invented. That nearly 3,300 quid, and it's not even battery powered. This is a nice little place. It was just around the back of where I was staying. Little tea room, and then a lovely thatched little hotel. Obviously, I don't know how many rooms there are. Obviously, you can Google it. It was a lovely little place. Looked quite quaint with a tea room next to it. So, but that was chock-a-block. I tried to get into that, and no chance. Absolutely full up. And just down the road was like a bespoke sort of motorbike shop. There was sort of, obviously we know the Royal Enfields, but some of the makes I never heard of. It's a lovely little shop. So it's like they almost seem to be bespoke, all sort of different and sort of individual bikes from what I can make of it. So we continue now through. This is the road I think a lot of people miss. And we go through into the little strip village. I started filming at about 8 o'clock. This is obviously a busy little New Forest village. It's alive at 5 o'clock. That's the trade-off of, having a little Airbnb right in the centre of the village. I think the freight train started going through about 5 a.m. and you obviously got the bin lorries and then the through traffic and everything else. But yeah, this is a thriving little village. We're just going into the old village now and have a look around here. I wonder if a lot of these are bought to rent out for holiday lets. It ain't cheap. That's the cheapest there, about £6.50, yeah, £4.50 there in Lymington in the middle of nowhere. But the rest of them are all 600 plus. It's the big money window right in the centre, 2.7, all over £1 million. Cheap one there, 5.15. Wow. So after the very welcome mini storm we had yesterday, we've got a little fjord here, some water. Well, the pigeons are gleefully having a little wash in there at the moment, and I bet everyone brings their dogs down here to have a drink of water because it's been really hot here for 3 or 4 days. So it's a bit of a strip village. I wonder how many people drive through Brockenhurst straight through to Lyndhurst and never come through the village bit because it's actually just off to the side. I reckon a lot of people just plough through. Anyway, let's flip you around. Look at this. This is a welcome sight. It has been so hot here this week. Yeah, so definitely a little strip village, but it's got everything you need if you're sort of here for a few days. So a lot of people use the train station here and then travel around the New Forest by train, then hire bikes and horses. Car just going through the old fjord there. Yeah, it's got like a pet place here if your pet's got a problem. We've got, got little vets here and stuff, chemist, lots of coffee places. Loud motorbikes. It's got everything here really just to get you by for a few days if you're using this as a pit stop. But I've been here twice. I've never been to the village bit. I've just stayed in the main bit and driven straight through. Balmer Hotel, the big one up the road and that. Anyway, we need to get on with day 4. We're going to be marching on soon to Lyndhurst and have a mooch around there. And there's a very special car showroom I want to go and see. Proper butchers, look at that. Proper butchers. So it definitely seems a bit of a sort of pit stop village really, like for an overnight stop if you're travelling around the New Forest. I've just done the strip village. We're looping back round to where my Airbnb is and where I spent sort of yesterday afternoon and evening. There's not an awful lot going on here, but there's plenty of places to eat and stop, and so I think it's a pit stop place or somewhere to base yourself. Especially if you're coming by train, and then you can get out and about around the New Forest. So pretty much gone full circle around the village now. I'm going to flip you around. We're in the last sort of 100 metres, if that, going back to where my Airbnb is and the snake catcher. Let's flip you around, guys. So really done a full loop now. There was a premier little store, had all your basics there. There's a Thai restaurant and a little coffee shop, and that's looking back down to my Airbnb. Perfectly located for what I needed. Well, just a quiet day 3 after the 2-hour horse ride. Going to go in here and have a late lunch, early dinner, because the horse riding went all through lunch time, so I sort of missed that. So going to go in here and see what delights they've got in there. I've got a couple of pints because I'm just parked across the road tonight. But we're having an early night tonight. It's the heat, 3 or 4 days of the heat, and been out on that horse, good old Jethro. Yeah, wiped me out a bit this afternoon. So anyway, move on. Cheers.